Guys, as we have started the statistical thermodynamics or the molecular thermodynamics, we have seen the important concepts in the previous videos like configuration, weight of configuration, what is meant by population, introduction of the Boltzmann distribution law, and so on. Then in the last lecture we have seen the rule of undetermined multiplier. So in today's lecture I will discuss the Boltzmann distribution law and its derivation. So we will start with the Boltzmann distribution law and after that we will see derivation. So as we have already discussed, the Boltzmann distribution law is related to the population. That is Ni upon N is equal to e raised to alpha minus beta Ei. And here I have told earlier, Ni is the number of molecules in the ith energy state. Capital N, this one is the total number of molecules which are present in the system. Then alpha and beta, these are the constants, and Ei is the energy of ith state. So here beta is equal to 1 upon kT and here k is a Boltzmann constant and T is the thermodynamic temperature. So Boltzmann distribution law is related to the population. So Ni upon N is called as a population. Population of each state divided by total population of the system or the total number of molecules present in the system. That ratio is known as a population, that is Ni upon N. And population in the configuration of the greatest weight which depends upon the energy of that state. So this is the Boltzmann distribution law. Now we want to get a value of W which is maximum, that is the weight of configuration will be maximum. So we want maximum value of W, therefore ln W which depends upon the Ni. As we know, the weight of configuration, it is a measure of number of molecules. So we can write W as a ln W, and ln W which depends upon the number of molecules of the ith state, that is Ni. As Ni get changes to Ni plus dNi. So initially we have Ni number of molecule, and when we will try to get a maximum value of the W, at that time the Ni will be changes to the dNi. So Ni get changes to, initial one is Ni plus dNi. This is a small change. D represent the change. So Ni plus dNi, this is the changed value of the number of molecules in the ith state. Then ln W will also change. ln W will change from ln W to ln W plus d ln W. So D represents the change. Simply these are the two change values. Ni changes to this one and ln W changes to ln W plus d ln W. Now we have two constraints. As in the rule of undetermined multiplier, we have seen there are two constraints, summation of Ei dni is equal to 0 and summation of dni is equal to 0. So we have multiplied one by plus alpha and second by minus beta. So this term is multiplied by plus alpha and this one by minus beta, and then added to this equation of the d ln W. So d ln W is equal to d ln W divided by dni into dni, and this equation is of a rule of undetermined multiplier. D ln W is equal to 0, that we want to get a value of W which is equal to maximum, that means D ln W is equal to 0. So we want to attain this condition, D ln W is equal to 0. So when D ln W is equal to 0, remaining equation is only this much, D ln W divided by dni plus alpha minus beta Ei, means rate of change of ln of W with respect to change in number of molecules of the ith state plus alpha minus beta ei is equal to 0. This is the rule of undetermined multiplier. Now arrive a condition where W will be maximum. So as we have seen the equation which obtained by simplification of the W or the weight of configuration, W is equal to capital N factorial divided by small n factorials, that is n0 factorial, n1 factorial, n2 factorial and so on. Here n0, n1, n2 are the number of molecules present in the ground state, first excited state, second excited state and so on. So simply weight of configuration is equal to n factorial divided by n0 factorial into n1 factorial into n2 factorial and so on. This is our definition of W or the weight of configuration. So after simplification of factorials and applying Stirling approximation, we got the equation ln W is equal to n ln of n minus summation of ni ln of ni. Here capital N represents the total number of molecules present in the system and the small n represents the number of molecules present in the ith state. So this is our simplified equation of W. Now just take the derivative of this equation. ln W is equal to n ln of n minus summation of ni ln of ni. So by taking derivative of this equation, we will get d ln W divided by dni. So this equation can be derived with respect to change in number of molecules as W is a function of ni. So d ln W divided by dni is equal to d capital N and ln of n divided by dni minus this term d nj ln of nj divided by dni. Here you are free to write I or j. So I have written here instead of I have written j and divided by dni as it is, because in two terms we have divided by dni. So dnj into ln of nj divided by dni. This is our equation number 1. Now we want to split these two terms. Initially this one and next this one. So first we are going to take the derivative of this one. So d n ln of n divided by dni, this term is taken as it is equal to, this equation is simplified as dn upon dni into ln of n, here taken dn upon dni into ln of n plus again dn of dni, dn divided by dni. This is equation number 2. So just in both terms, common term is dn upon dni. This taken outside the bracket. So in bracket, the remaining term is ln of capital N, and here this is taken common, that's why plus 1 is remain here. So ln of capital N plus 1. So when dn upon dni, as we know, capital N is equal to summation of ni, or change in number of molecules of the ith state is equal to capital N. So we can easily write dn upon dni is equal to 1. That's why the remaining equation is only this much, ln of capital N plus 1. So derivative of this term will come ln of capital N plus 1. Because we have cancelled this term because of capital N is equal to n1 plus n2 plus n3 and ni is equal to also what? It is a change in number of molecules of the each state. So that's why we have taken derivative of this with respect to ni is equal to 1, and the derivative of the remaining term is this ln of n plus 1. So we will see now the derivative of this remaining term in the next slide. So I have written directly this term, summation of dnj ln of nj divided by dni. So I have taken this, and you can write by the same way as we have written the first equation. So just dnj upon dni into ln of nj plus, again you can write this one as dnj divided by dni. So I have written this. Now just take common terms, dnj divided by dni outside the bracket. Summation side as it is. Summation of dnj divided by dna in a bracket ln of nj plus 1. So summation of dnj divided by dni, here dnj divided by dni according to Kronecker delta, when I is equal to j, then we can write is equal to 1, means dni upon dni it will become 1, and when I is not equal to j, then we can write is equal to 0 directly. But we have taken the Kronecker delta value when I is equal to j, that's why we can write directly in this plus 1. So remaining equation will be ln of nj plus 1, or you can write summation of ln of nj plus 1. So now by putting values of two terms in the equation 1, we have now values of the derivative of two terms. Second term this value, that is equation number 5, and first term after taking derivative we got this value. So we will put values of this term and values of this one in the equation 1. So just put instead of this ln of capital N plus 1, and minus, here you can write ln of nj plus 1. So I have written values here, minus ln of ni plus 1 plus ln of capital N plus 1. This minus sign is taken because here is the minus. So you can directly write the term here ln of capital N plus 1 minus ln of nj plus 1. So in the equation I have written minus term first and then positive term. So here when we simplify this term, it will be minus ln of ni plus minus ln of 1 plus ln of capital N plus ln of 1. So ln of 1 will get cancelled and only remaining terms are minus ln of ni plus ln of n. So we will take the value as ln of ni upon n. So it follows from equation d ln w upon dni is equal to minus ln of ni upon n. So minus ln ni upon n plus alpha minus beta ei is equal to 0. Just we have written this value in the equation of role of undetermined multiplier. So we got the value of d ln w upon dni, that is minus ln of ni upon capital N. So I have just written value here minus ln of this minus ln of ni upon n plus alpha minus beta ei is equal to 0. And the most probable population of the state of energy ei is therefore ni upon n is equal to e raised to alpha minus beta ei. And this is the equation number 7. And the final step is to evaluate the constants alpha and beta in the equation 7. First we note that summation of nj is equal to capital N into e raised to alpha into summation of e raised to minus beta ej. So as we have the definition of the Boltzmann distribution law, this is Ni upon n is equal to e raised to alpha minus beta ei. When we put summation symbol here, then as we know the number of molecules are associated with the energy states and energy is associated with that number of molecules. So simply when we put value of summation and I, then obviously energy will be added because energy is associated with the ni's. So just this equation is simplified as e raised to alpha into e raised to minus beta ei. So here beta ei energy is the addition, that is why summation symbol is taken. So summation of nj is equal to n, that is ni upon n, just n transfer to the right side into e raised to alpha into summation of e raised to minus beta ej. So we are free to label either the I or j. So nj is equal to j. You can write I also, okay. Here because the n cancels on each sides of this equality. As we know, summation of ni, it will be capital N. Here is a capital N. So n will get cancelled. And the remaining term will be, here is 1. So e raised to alpha is equal to 1 divided by summation of e raised to minus beta ej. So we can write, now we got the value of e raised to alpha. Now ni upon n is equal to e raised to minus alpha, e raised to alpha minus beta ei. So just after simplification, e raised to alpha into e raised to minus beta ei. So you can put value of e raised to alpha. Here it is 1 upon summation of e raised to minus beta ej or I. So this is a simplified form of a Boltzmann distribution law. So just see what I have done. Rule is ni upon n is equal to e raised to alpha minus beta ei. This is the general Boltzmann distribution law which is useful for calculation of the population of the system. But we want to simplify this. So we have splitted the equation e raised to alpha minus beta ei as e raised to alpha into e raised to minus beta ei. And we have put the value of e raised to alpha. So e raised to alpha is equal to 1 upon summation of e raised to minus beta ej or beta ei. So just 1 upon summation of e raised to minus beta ei. So this is the simplified form of a Boltzmann distribution law, and beta is equal to 1 upon kt, where k is equal to Boltzmann constant 1 upon 38 into 10 raised to minus 23. This is the unit. And T is the thermodynamic temperature.